Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the Wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the Wild Samoans, accompanied by Captain Lou Albano. The trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the Wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the Wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the Wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then, a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and D-Von, the Dudley Boyz. And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these 4 men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boyz, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
And Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game. There's absolutely no regard for your opponent's safety when you toss them to the outside like that. Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, taking on D-Von and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boyz.
2 sets of brothers, 2 sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage. Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Afa and Sika are even aware of what the table before. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
Right in the head. Nice right hand. D-Von throwing caution to the wind, and Bubba is countered. What a shot!
And now Afa's playing to the crowd.
Such a peculiar from the top. Diving shoulder tackle. And Sika just got torn down there.
D-Von Dudley causing damage and causing harm.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boyz match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Afa and Sika want to do is rush head first into a table. After all, that's exactly how you lose.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Afa or Sika headbutt.
He took the worst of that impact.
Yeah, Afa put a little extra oomph into that one.
And Afa was a step behind there. Boom! Read that one.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle. Oh, kick to the face. He's getting on his feet, vulnerable to what's coming next. Take off.
You gotta be kidding me! All that size and momentum, landing with a and Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
Looks like they do not want them inside the ring anymore. Time to venture outside the ropes.
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, taking on D-Von and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boyz.
2 sets of brothers, 2 sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage. Bringing a new definition to the term of sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Afa and Sika are even aware of what the table before. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
Sliding back in under the ropes here. Now these are obviously 2 juggernauts. Take off! And well-timed maneuver there. The top of a diving hammer strike. Ooh! And on that exchange, it looked like D-Von lost some focus.
Yeah, that Sika putting his in-ring acumen to good use.
And Bubba is a bit staggered after that attack.
Afa coming at him with incredible intent from the top. Headbutt! Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Get it? Into the Samoa drop. Incredible. Afa and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise. Here it is.
And he breaks his own submission.
Maybe his plan was just to soften his opponent with that hold.
He'll make his way to the ring. Calculating the next move here.
No.
You gotta be kidding me! And Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
Well, that's one way to seize control of the match. Change the location to the ring.
Two-on-two tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boyz, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother would put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become reality. Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boyz and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. And on the top.
That's using your head. Last handle. Sometimes in the middle of a hard-fought match, you need a snack.
And D-Von didn't find a counter for that. Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boyz match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Afa and Sika want to do is rush headfirst into a table. After all, that's exactly how you lose. Clothesline! What impact! Oh, God! A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans. Like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it will take for the Dudley Boyz to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now?
Oh, a headbutt right to the shoulder. That's using your noggin. Bam! Stomping down. Oh, a strong impact.
And he's being somewhat backed into a corner right now.
So far, this tables match has... From the top.
And he slides him back to the mat.
Crashed and burned on the outside. Worst case scenario when you go high risk. And he now slides back into the ring. That was a good shot, and it looks like D-Von might be bleeding.
Making his way to the top here. That can rock you.
From the corner now. Good grief. That's a chop that'll wake you up.
Caught in a bad spot.
Down in a hurry. Vicious right through. Anticipated that.
Clothesline.
Good Lord.
So effective. Afa and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
A big forearm connects.
Popped up into the Samoa drop. Incredible. Afa and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
Oh, D-Von got caught with the reversal.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Every attack.
There it is.
And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission. I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality. They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yes, they're tough. Yes, they will maim. Yes, they will hurt. And yes, they will not stop. Another attack to the head and looking a little dazed. Running bulldog!
That kick will stop you in your tracks. Climbing up the corner. Looks like he has something planned with his table. Watch out!
Oh, gosh. That looked like a bad landing. Short jab. Just raining down those shots to the back of the neck. Now clearing. And Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
Here are your winners, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
D-Von and Bubba pushed Afa and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2K25 Showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said, since his arrival at Clash at the Castle in 2022, Solo Sikoa has consistently been involved in WWE's biggest moments and biggest matches. He's been victorious in War Games. He's repeatedly enforced the Bloodline's will to maintain Roman Reigns' status as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
I brought Solo in as an insurance policy. Solo was here to protect me. Solo was here to maintain the Promised Land. He's violent. He's strong, he's fast, he's all those things. And he betrayed me. Any man who would betray me must be a very dangerous man.
Solo defeated John Cena. Solo elected to betray your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in an attempt to bestow upon himself the title of tribal chief. When I refused to acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief, you are not my tribal. He, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu put me through a table in Madison Square Garden. And that led to opportunities to compete for the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's led to more visibility with Solo's rogue bloodline ruling over SmackDown. Every choice Solo made only furthered his standing in WWE. He has the bloodlust of the Wild Samoans, the brutality of his cousin Yokozuna, and the single-minded focus of Roman Reigns, all rolled into one. There is no question the future is his for the taking, and that he will be champion many times over, and that he may set records of his own before it's all said and done. Few men have so quickly served notice to all of WWE in the manner that Solo Sikoa has done. Whether you want to acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. One way or another, Solo Sikoa forces you to do just that, or you will suffer severe consequences. One by one, each and every single superstar on the WWE roster is going to find that out. Solo will make sure of it. I, of course, will simply await any and every opportunity for your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to teach Solo some manners. Until that happens, though, we are taking you back to the one-year anniversary special for NXT 2.0, which saw then North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and indeed, he is him, issue an open challenge. Unfortunately for the future superstar, it was to be answered by Solo Sikoa, and things went as well for Hayes as you can probably guess. Showcase the unrelenting fury that has made Solo Sikoa nearly unstoppable, and defeat Carmelo Hayes to earn Solo his first championship victory. It won't be easy against Carmelo, especially when he has Trick Williams watching his back. And if you make one mistake against the champ, he'll take his shot and most likely hit nothing but net.
Now, this is a surprise. Carmelo Hayes seemingly had no challenger for his North American title, but Solo Sikoa just showed up here and said, I got next.
Thank goodness, Melo had an opponent chosen by the NXT Universe as they voted for Wes Lee. But Melo and Trick brutally attacked Lee backstage. Now we're being spared a Melo-bration and getting a real match.
And I would have never expected Sikoa to show up. He just joined the Bloodline on SmackDown, and now he's in the main event of NXT. Can the Bloodline get even more gold tonight?
Did you see Melo's reaction when Sikoa's music hit? Hayes looked like he saw a ghost. And Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick right to the midsection. Melo taking it to Sikoa here.
The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance.
What a chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way, well, at least momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict more punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams.
Oh, he got him. Is he going to lock it?
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Got to be a tough situation for Carmelo Hayes here. He's up against an opponent he could never have planned for.
Oh, but there's a clear strategy, Cole. Solo Sikoa has an injury to his left knee. Solo had a brutal Falls Count Anywhere match last month here in NXT, and he just faced Drew McIntyre on SmackDown just a few days.
Oh, Schoolboy! Shoulders down here! The rope saving.
Well spotted by our official.
Effective counter. Trick Williams has been quite the difference maker for Carmelo Hayes over the last last year. How many times has Rhodes helped Hayes to save that North American title?
Yeah, but 10 days ago, Solo Sikoa did the same thing for Roman Reigns when he attacked Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Sikoa has blood on his hands, too.
Sikoa showing plenty of intensity here.
And it looks like Solo has all the answers for Carmelo at this point.
Wow. And Sikoa gets warded off.
Carmelo's finally able to slow all that incoming offense.
Hayes was being tested and was finally able to get some offense of his own in.
Oh, he timed that counter well.
Battle of counters. No one's getting their full offense in.
Propped up in the corner. Trick Williams cheering on Carmelo Hayes. You cannot deny the impact Trick has had since he joined his childhood friend's side.
Yeah, that decision to bring Trick Williams into NXT 2.0 changed the... Big uppercut rocks the jaw of Carmelo Hayes. Ripped out of the corner.
Looking to put him away, and now
What?
Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction.
Trick paying dividends.
Ooh.
First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa dropped by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too.
And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky.
Spinning solo.
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's your chance, Solo. Winding up.
Samoan spike.
Are we headed toward a title change?
The champ kicks out at two.
We knew it was not going to be an easy task to put the champion away, and that's being proven right now.
More like the champions proving that sooner perish than lose their title.
It must be demoralizing knowing you've unleashed your best shot on your opponent to no avail.
With the first 48.
Melo didn't miss there. Can he retain?
Shoulder up right away.
How did he do that?
Closed fist connects.
Going head to head, putting each other to the test.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this. Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
Two titans trading strikes and refusing to back down.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Oh, nothing fancy with that boot.
Quick count after one.
No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure.
Sikoa prevents that from connecting.
Spinning solo.
Making the most of that with the pin.
There's two.
What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner, and new NXT North American Champion, Solo Sikoa!
Solo is your new champion. And is the North American title now going to SmackDown? This has to be the most unpredictable era in WWE history.
You know Sikoa was given his marching orders from the head of the table. Don't leave NXT without the gold. Well, mission accomplished for the newest member of the Bloodline.
As Melo would say, if you call your shot, you better make it. Solo took the shot, hit the shot, and now he's the new North American champion.